A lone protester symbolically tied to Brazil's electoral court calls in vain for a verdict against President Michel Temer.
I've been here since yesterday, tired, hungry, under the burning sun, but proud of being honorable Brazilian, defending ethics, decency, and the hope of changing our history of corruption.
Inside, in a split decision, the 7-member electoral court excluded damning testimony that could have helped find the president guilty of accepting illegal campaign contributions when he was former President Dilma Rousseff's running mate. As part of a plea bargain deal, executives from Brazil's largest engineering company had testified to giving millions of dollars in exchange for lucrative government contracts. But the court ruled in favor of the defense's argument that evidence obtained after the original complaint could not be considered.
It's a significant message to the Brazilian people that the electoral court is trustworthy and that the decision was within the framework of the law. Justice has been served.
The decision was clearly more political than legal. The Chief Justice of the Electoral Court, appointed last year by President Temer, had insisted that the ruling take into account Brazil's stability and not force out the second president in less than a year without overwhelming evidence. With the verdict to uphold the validity of the 2014 elections, Michel Temer stands a chance of surviving a corruption scandal that just a few weeks ago seemed likely to cost him the presidency. He still faces more than a dozen impeachment requests, and Brazil's chief prosecutor is soon expected to formally charge him with taking millions of dollars in bribes and obstruction of justice. Yet, the president can't be tried without the approval of 2/3 of Congress, where his political coalition holds the majority. And why would they continue to support a highly unpopular and discredited president? One reason is that despite intense backroom negotiations, they haven't been able to agree on a possible successor. And perhaps just as importantly, because at least half of Congress is also under suspicion or investigation for being on the take, which means that their tolerance for corruption is likely much higher than that of the Brazilian people. Lucia, Newman, Al Jazeera, Brasilia.